Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for the one who is watching this video currently. I'm Kelvin. Me and Raika Ubi Fuad is taking this community service initiative subject this semester, and we are doing a presentation in this video about our company. Before we start, I would like to give you a fun fact. Do you know what is the maximum amount of beer drank in one sitting? It's actually 156 beers in one sitting. About 15 gallons of beer is drank in one sit by this guy here, Andre the Giant. And of course, I talk about this fact because we are doing a beer company, Heinekens. We are going to discuss three issues, which are problem statement and how the company solve it, and finally the measurement tools to measure the social impact for the company.
One of the reasons why Malaysians refrain from learning proper English is because they are usually not given the opportunity for their language skills to grow. And to those Malaysians, English is just another subject to learn. This is because they are not usually given the opportunity to use English outside of school, inside their home, or in the workspace. This issue is more prominent in rural areas, with failure rates being much higher compared to urban areas in English. Even though it's quite common in most urban areas of Malaysia to speak English, people often get teased for speaking in English in rural areas because they see it as an attempt to be superior or elitist in the more rural areas of Malaysia. Students fear that they may make mistakes when speaking and are more unwilling to speak because of this. And as a result of this, students do not get the chance to learn from their mistakes in class and prefer to mix both languages when speaking. And as a result of this, they don't get to master either language, and they're not able to speak either languages properly. Another reason why they may have trouble learning English is because they are not given the proper infrastructure, with prices of books being much higher compared to the city, because it's harder to get books in rural areas. And including this, they also teach English in less interesting ways, with it just being pen and paper. In more urban areas, they learn through literature review or even watching movies. But watching movies is frowned upon by a lot of people because they believe that it promotes an anti-Islam or it leads to violence, and this is a really big issue.
As discussed earlier about the problems faced by the different societies in Malaysia, Heineken is trying to serve for the locals of Malaysia. Spark Foundation has been working on the English Enrichment Training Program to improve the standard of English in rural communities. The English Enrichment Program has trained 580 educators from 300 schools, and also it benefited approximately 8,600 students. And moreover, it has been updated that they will keep supporting and promoting the speaking of English locally, and will further invest 2 million ringgits. And also EETP is holding 3-day intensive programs regularly. Tiger Beer has also started the Chinese education charity concert, which serves the purpose of education and raising funds for the schools in the rural sector. Tiger Beer on the other hand, together with Thankyou Daily and Guangming Daily, continue to deliver a formidable impact to the Chinese schools. They have helped raise over around 335 million, benefiting with 547 schools nationwide through charity concerts,
Impact measurement is used for the purpose of qualitative and quantitative evaluating the impact of a firm or business. The theory is pivotal for companies like Heineken, as it guides them to the path of what the process's outcome might be. Likewise, several tools have been used to assess the English Enrichment Training Program and Thankyou Chinese Education Charity Concert initiatives used by Heineken Malaysia and understand the aftermath of the program. The impact measurement tools used for the English Enrichment Training Program are testimonies, feedback, and photos or videos of number of participants in the program, as well as participants using new teaching methods in class. Here are the tools.
The EEPP weekly lesson plan is easy to follow, helpful, and it helps me to deliver good lessons to the pupils.
It is a student-centered lesson and I can see a lot of improvement in our students. I always encourage my teachers to attend the courses every year because I can see the benefit on my students. They really have the confidence on them to speak English. So I'm happy with the program.
因为我们本身父母不会怎样跟他沟通那个英文，这个 program 很好，因为我的孩子可以回去跟我简单的用英文去沟通，真的是不错。
Educators have spent numerous hours on training programs or workshops to ensure that they can effectively combine their new learnings into the current national curriculum, especially learning to identify students' strengths and needs, which is more important, which promotes a comfortable environment for students. The adoption of the new program profits the scholars with a better learning experience, consequently growing their proficiency and fluency of the language. The knowledge gained by the children will assist them in the future endeavors, as the language is crucial for efficient communication with the wider population. The students can spread the knowledge gained to the society and communities and educate the people like their parents who didn't get the opportunity to partake such a significant program. Similar to the Education Enrichment Training Program, the charity concerts have also achieved great success in obtaining their philosophy of giving back to the community. The impact for this initiative can be measured through the number of attendees in the concerts. This is reflected through the photos of the concert and the total amount earned through the donations made to the schools. These charity concerts created a positive societal impact to the individuals by offering a platform for performers to showcase their talents and also providing a great source of entertainment for the viewers. The charity concerts have significantly benefited the community by improving education standards within several Chinese schools. This has provided the teaching faculty with better resources to facilitate teaching, which resulted to better experience for the students. We observed that this improved the overall learning process through an enlightened learning environment. The teachers believed to have enhanced their efficiencies, and the students had an added initiative to attend school. The impact measurement tools have assisted Heineken Malaysia in measuring their current position, which has given them room for improvement and motivated them to continue conducting the community service initiatives.
As you heard before, we are now clear about how these companies solve their problem after they realize the problem in our society. In Malaysia, English proficiency is really a serious matter because most of the Malaysian citizens have poor English language command. This is a severe situation because it will affect the education level in all kinds of school. They have made two foundations to solve this problem. For example, Tiger Beer, Spark and Spark Foundation. For Spark Foundation, they have an English improvement program which teach the English teachers about how to teach and interact with the students so they can learn efficiently. For Tiger Beer, they have donated at least 300 millions to several Chinese schools in Malaysia so they can improve their facilities, and also they can hire more standardized English teachers to teach the English language in certain schools. So I have to mention about the social impact tool we have used for ETPP and Tiger CECC. We have used the number of attendance of students who join the programs, and there are some photos and videos online that we have found to prove the point that it really does bring a social impact to the Malaysia society. And in near future, I hope Malaysia proficiency in English will improve because of these programs,